And welcome back to Glen Isla. Well, we've made a couple changes. I've been saying for some time now I was going to uh, put this map into the Giants editor and open up just a couple of those areas trying to get in and out of some of these fields that were just too tight. So I've done that. Um, we'll just take a quick look. I opened this up a little bit. I changed the ground texture again a little bit just to make it more natural. A little wider than I would have liked to do it, but there was giving me a little grief with a couple of these hedges, and they were so long the way they were put in there. I kind of had to wanted to stop right about here, but we took a little extra there. But yeah, that's okay. Now I can easily get the harvester into this field at least. I'm still going to have to teleport to get out of here, but because we can't fit through here, and there's no way through any of that area, or on the other side here, for as a matter of fact. I possibly could have opened this area up here and made it through there, but that's okay. We're happy with that we can get into field one with the harvester without having to teleport in from the farm. And more importantly, I wanted to show you this area because I could not get in and out of this field, even with just a cedar on the back. It was constantly hanging up. There was no way to get in and out. So we definitely opened that area there. Let me turn around here a little bit. We've opened this area here up nicely so that we can get in and out. I also opened up from this side in anticipation so we can get right through here, no trouble. We now own this field as well. So I wanted to be able to move between these two different areas a lot easier. So we've done that, and I actually went over here too, and again in anticipation, I didn't want to have to break out the editor on the map again too quickly. We opened it up just a little bit here, and also in these areas here. This here was just a very narrow gate, almost like getting into the farm. I believe the area ended right at the end of these weeds here. I could never get through there, maybe with a cedar, but not a harvester, that's for sure. So I opened that up just slightly to be able to move around the map just a little bit more freely. All right then, so let's take a look and see exactly what it is that we can do in the way of real farming. Now, we got our fruit types up there. Let's take a look at the growth. We have fields ready to go. So we've got 1, 5, 10, 22, and 23 are ready to go. So we can get that harvester to work right away here. So let's jump into the harvester. And where are you? Right there. And for the first time ever on this farm, we can drive into field 1. Look at that. Isn't that special? Okay, let's open it up. And we'll bring up our new smaller HUD. I don't know if you catch that from the last episode, but yeah, it's half as big as it used to be, which is plenty big enough for me on my big screen here. I play on a 43-inch monitor, okay, so it's right in front of me. I don't need this great big thing. Okay, so we actually have learned a little thing about our course play too in our saved courses. I don't know if you remember, I had a field 8 up top, and then it was like 22, and then 1, and then 10, and then it was all over the place, and it was brought to my attention, and quite rightfully so. Let me clear the screen, on-screen display there. You need to enter field 1 as not as a 1, but as a 0, 1, because 0, 1, and 10, or 1, pardon me, and field 10 look like the same field. Now it just happens that the 0 added behind the 1 would put it secondary, but you get what I'm saying there. So that's why you'd have a field 2. Well, that could be behind another number. So you got to put in 01, 02 all the way up in your fields like this, and this should straighten it out. So I cleared a bunch of them off. So we're going to replot field 1 in O1 in the harvester. So we're going to do 3 headlands in this one. We remembered 2 got us into trouble. And we're going to go counterclockwise. We're going to turn. We're set for the correct distance for the work width. And the current vehicle location is fine. We'll generate that course. Oh, sorry, because I didn't put in field 1. Bad boy. Okay, generate that particular course. We'll go back and we're going to save it right away. So we're going to be resaving a bunch of courses here just to get our so it's field, hang on, a little distracted here, O1 harvester. That's all spelt right, looks correct. Hit enter to save. Now if we look at our global here, so we have an O1 harvester and an O1 line, and so now all our fields will be in order. It won't be hard, they won't be scattered throughout the list in various orders of numbers, or field 1's up here and field 1's halfway down the list kind of thing. Alright, so it's all plotted, it's saved, so we can just double check our field speed here quickly, and that all looks fine. And we'll start at the first waypoint, set for a tool, and we'll drive the course. Now I could actually use a second harvester right about now, but I think we'll be satisfied with cleaning things up a little bit here. Very happy with the opening up of those tight gates into these fields with the Giants editor. And yeah, so let's take a look what else we can do. I believe field 2 is looking like it could go into seed. So field 2 needs to be planted. We can do that. And so we'll grab a seeder here. That'll be our ST Max. Actually, let's grab the John Deere this time around. We got that new recalled Chinese factory recall on the Chinese paint on our seeder. So we'll just jump into the John Deere, and we'll go over and we'll put some kind of crop into field 2 there. But I don't know if you noticed that. Look how much smaller that HUD is inside the cab here now. It doesn't just totally dominate the cab. Open it up. So what do we think we should put in here? I'll tell you what, we've been doing canola, and we've been doing soybean quite a bit. Let's focus our next round of crops on, say, something like sunflower or something like that. Mix it up just a little bit here. Somewhere here. Here it is. Okay, so we're going to have to replot this field as well, because once again we cleared a bunch. So this is field O2, but it looks like 2 here. We'll select 2 headland passes, counterclockwise, turning. 9 meters is correct. We'll generate that course. Looks good. We'll go back. Let's save it right away. So that's field. Always careful to spell correct the same, and same with capitals and stuff like that. It all makes a difference. Is what was brought to my attention. So that looks correct. So we'll just double check what we have here again. Again, you can see what I'm doing. O's in front of the single digits. Correct spellings and capitals in the same places. It should all line up together and keep them together. Alright, so we'll double check our field speed. And that looks just fine and dandy. We're set for a seeder. We'll start at the first waypoint, and we'll drive the course. Yeah, I'm really happy how the HUD turned out like that. It used to sit, like literally you would be lucky to see the top and the bottom at all of the steering wheel. You certainly wouldn't see the sides. It would be covering over into the throttle area, and certainly over to here. It used to sit like this. You know, it was quite large. This is literally half the size. And a little bit lower down too, which I don't mind. I couldn't quite get it centered. I would like to have seen it a little bit more this way. I played with it and played with it again because I'm running a higher resolution. That's why it was so large on my screen. But for some reason, the center of the screen, I couldn't quite find where they were centering the screen. I was looking at X and Y positions. I played with them at some length, and I wasn't getting anywhere with that. So I was just happy to get it down to like this, and yeah, so we're happy with that. All right, so let's jump out here, and let's check on our animals here. Do they need anything? Oh, the chickens could use a little bit. Maybe you feed a little bit to the horses and that too. So let's jump into the the fence, which is already hooked up. Oh, darn it all anyways. I really just did that, didn't I? Well, this is live gameplay, people. I'm not going back to re-render it, so you'll have to put up with it. Looks a little low budget, but you know what? It's a lot harder to do things live than it is to go back and edit. So, I was a little distracted there again by all that. So we need to go in here. Let's get a little bit of barley for the chickens. I see that we also have a bit of a mess we can clean up after the fact too. So let's, whatever, wheat's up. Let's give them some wheat. They don't need a whole lot anyways. I guess we're picking a lot of worms out of the ground there. I like running my hazards. That. Yeah, I've got the animal clean mod, but it doesn't seem to work on the chickens in this particular map for some reason. I'm not sure why. You can see the eggs are piling up there again, and that's something else we can do. I have a feeling, not sure why, but I'm guessing that the egg pallet is also full there. Okay, so let's grab a little bit of hay for the horses, and then we'll take a look at what else they might need. We don't need a whole lot of everything there, but let's top them up anyways. We just got our license for an increase in our stock numbers there from 8 to 12. That's more than enough, I'm sure. I don't even think they'll take all of that. Although I do have more in there now, so what looked like, you know, just a little bit might be half a trailer load now. Not sure. We're gonna find out. Okay, let's give them this, see what happens. Yeah, I'm on the money with that one. Okay, we need to look there for a second. What else do they need? Okay, so hay and oats look good. They could use a touch of water and straw, and that's about it. And then we'll jump into the 56 Chev there, or our vintage truck, and we'll run the eggs down to the market and see what they bring. Harvester's doing just fine. Haven't seen any slipping notes on the left panel of my screen here for trouble with the horseplay people. Okay, so we need some straw. I won't take very much of that either. We'll do the straw and the water at the same time. I was running into trouble there with YouTube. Like when I was really just getting going there, I was publishing the uploads pretty much right away. Well, when I say right away, I mean as soon as they were ready. It takes several hours for them to be ready to even go. So, and I'm not talking about recording, I'm talking about just uploading them. They're about 30 gigabytes or close to that anyways. So it takes like 3 hours to upload a video, even with my very good internet connection. But I was noticing, I was thinking like I'm, claiming the ultra high def, and I have a feeling so many people were watching them right away going, yeah, right, 360, or maybe 480 or something like that. And so I started to realize I needed to schedule those uploads so that you had about 3 hours to upload it, but you also need about 3 to 4 hours for it to actually YouTube to render. from 360 up to 1440. So I started scheduling them, and then, well, once I did that, I started realizing I could have a whole backup of scheduled episodes. So if you haven't noticed, they're coming out 2 a.m. West Coast time. West Coast of Canada, that is. I don't know exactly. I see a bunch of people in Germany watching me too. So 2 a.m. West Coast time, and in Canada, and that way there. As soon as you see the episode and you bring it up, it's being it's at 1440 basically. Sorry, I'm trying to think. What do I need to do here as far as, will these go in there? And so no, they don't. So that egg pallet is full. I believe it is. Or is that just a bad box of eggs? Let's see here. Yeah, no, that egg pallet is full. We'll knock that off. Let's move these out of the way. Let's drop it down there. And we'll hop in the, well, we should move the truck forward first. I love the sound of this mod. I like the look of that deck too. That deck looks really good. Okay. So let's back him up here for a second. We're going to unstrap these because we're going to make it look right. We'll go ahead and grab the forklift. And we'll pick up that pallet. And we'll drop it on the truck, and then we'll take both the pallets down to the store and sell them. We could use the money. We've been spending a lot of money lately, it seems. Kind of what happens when you expand the farm, huh? Okay, so we'll pick that up. I love you can see his hand move and the brake pedal and everything. Line him up here a little bit. Put it down a bit. We'll back up just a bit and tow him on a little bit more. He's not quite in there. Needs to go on a little bit further. Okay, there we go. Whoops. Come on. I didn't want to let go for some reason. I don't know why. It sure looks good to me. Throw it forward, bring it up. Okay, there we go. Close enough. And we'll just quickly stick another pallet in there. I'm thinking we'll stick both of them in there if the fork will grab them both. I don't think it will. I think it'll just grab the first one, but let's try and see. I'm thinking we could stick them in there two at a time, because full is full, right? Will it grab both? Oh, not quite. Let's put this one right in this corner, and I'll leave some room to put the second one in there. You really have to be in a really unusual sense of nose down to get that pallet to let go. I've run pallet jacks before, or forklifts and stuff like that. And you kind of want to be fairly flat, maybe just a little bit nose down to get it to release. But the physics giants might want to address on this a little bit is, it thinks you need to be so awkwardly nose down to get it to release, which is not very realistic. In actual fact, you'd be hanging onto the back side of the pallet. Now we'll straighten that out by hand if need be. Alright, so maybe while we're dropping off the eggs, we should also stop by the store and grab, or heck, let's grab 5 or 6 or 7 or 8. I might actually save that for off camera because that would be like watching paint dry. Okay, so let's strap our load in here and we'll go take a trip down to the store. Are you enjoying watching this? I've asked that several times. I've had one person come back to me and give me a thumbs up and give me a smile and say yes he is. Shout out to Gordel. I think that's how you say your name. I'm taking you're off in, I'm going to guess either Norway, possibly Sweden, Denmark, somewhere in that area based on the way you spell your name. Slow down for town here. Yeah, I think that's how you say your name is Gorl, or correct me if I'm wrong, as best you can. Shout out to you from the west coast of Canada, my friend, on the Pacific Ocean, right above the American border. Alright, so who's paying for eggs? Oh, look at that, they took that one magically on its own. How did that happen? Because it's hanging over the edge? Well, okay, I gotta push this one. It took it anyways. I might as well give them both of them. I don't know if they're paying the most or not, but okay, we'll just grab a hold of you. Okay, now it's gone. So was that 37,000 total or for each one? I missed it. I'm gonna have to go back and look in the recording. If that was for each one, yeah, that's the way to go. I think what I'll do is I'll spin around here and start heading for the shop. And I'll give you my my regular sign off. If you enjoyed watching this, felt you learned anything, maybe you enjoy the graphics, maybe it's just entertaining to watch or you like the banter, please do give me a like or a thumbs up on your way out. And what the heck, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, share it with a friend, help the channel grow. I really appreciate it. And with that, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you again on the next one. Bye now.